All right, guys, welcome to Onelife Podcast. Here today with Viktor. Viktor is a very, very talented artist. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me here.
So it's Viktor Marocq Arts,
yes.
Correct?
Yes.
What type of art? How do we explain what you do? You're so talented.
Thank
you do such amazing work. How do you explain it in layman's terms of the type of art that you do?
Well, especially the art that I do is a very unique technique. It's called Pointillism.
Pointillism.
Pointillism. It's just art created with a lot of dots. So
literally.
Yes, literally. Yeah. So I have to create my own brushes because people do that technique with a pen and gel and paper. But I'm the only one here that does like a big scale pieces.
Gotcha.
So I have to create my own brushes, and it comes great. People like it.
So it's when you say it's literally with thousands of dots,
yes,
tens of thousands of dots. How
many
dots are we talking? You think?
I don't even kind of count it. It's just crazy.
Let's put it another way. How many hours worth of dots?
Hours of them, maybe 30 hours.
30 hours.
But you know what? You have to do like 40 minutes and then stop for like 2 hours and have a break.
Why
Otherwise, your hand will feel like
it's cramping up.
Yes. So it's just. Can you imagine your hand like this?
Well, I'm learning guitar right now, and I got to tap out after a certain amount of time because my hand can't go any longer. Yeah. So you're getting the same thing. Yeah. You've been doing this for how many years?
For 12 years. Professionally for like 12 years
And
now.
You still get tired?
Yes.
That's
interesting. Because, obviously you have like more, the speed can be faster, but obviously you get tired more. Like
you wear out quicker.
So yeah, you have to work 40 minutes and then wait for 2 hours.
Really? I never thought about that.
Yes.
And you're not like ambidextrous. You can't use both hands yet.
No.
What I want to know. So you've got this beautiful artwork. How do you make a picture from dots? Is there a stencil? Is there an outline? Is it just free from? Like, where do you start?
When it's a big scale pieces, obviously you have to draw with pencil where the face is gonna be, where the eyes is gonna be.
Is it just like a rough type of?
Yes, just the circle of the eyeball. Like just to have an idea where it's gonna be because it's too big. Sometimes if you do it without drawing it first with the pencil. Sometimes your one eye is here and one eye is here because you have no clue what you're doing.
Yeah, the scale
when you're so close.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with the years of experience, I learn from mistakes and you learn every day. Since I've been painting since I was little, and every day, every painting is a different story. It's a different.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Is it when you do a sketch? Is it close to perfect sketch, or is it very rough?
No, very rough. Because
really?
Can you imagine? Because it's a dots. Can you imagine if you put the dot with a pencil and then on top the dot, it will be so hard.
I got a question for you. Yeah. An artist, is it a skill you're born with to a certain point, and then you finesse it, or can anybody do what you do?
You know what? Everybody can do what when. People see that you're getting like a little bit more recognizable for your art style. They wanna, like this guy with the.
What, they want to tear you down? You mean like, or what are you kind of getting at? No, you're good. Is it like? Are you talking like people see you getting better? And
well, yes, and people wanna copy you, because they wanna do the same style that you're doing
But I mean, to do what you do, is it hard work and time, or have you got some type of natural ability that you started with?
It was a lot of
kind
years
of like a singer. Like,
yes.
You're born and you can sing.
Exactly.
Is it the same type of thing?
You cannot force it. Any talent, as a singer, as a painter, or you name it. So
a little bit of natural talent, but then a lot of work and discipline on top of that.
And you know what? You can play a guitar and you think you're the best, but to me, like, I can do millions of art pieces, but if people, they don't buy it, that doesn't mean, that means like I'm not that great the way I thought, so
keeps you humble.
Yes.
So let's go back to where you started. When did you start creating art, or what was the first thing you did, and how old were you?
Well, I started painting since I was little. My first painting was in school, in elementary school. I was like 6 years old.
Oh, so you started real young.
Yes, so we
And
have
you
to,
enjoyed it back then too?
you know what? We have to do it was for Mother's Day. So I have to do like a small painting, like really small. And after that, you know, I remember my mother has to go to the art supply to get paints and brushes. And since that day, I couldn't stop painting.
Really?
So I learned like I want to paint more and more.
You're just
so I was
hooked.
painting on the walls and you know, I find.
Do you still have that
Yes.
Mother's Day painting?
Yes. Yes, of course.
Oh, do you really?
And even more paintings that
You've done for her over the years.
Yes.
And you still get that original piece.
Yes,
That's
yes.
awesome. Where is that?
It's my mother. She had like a small garden in the backyard.
Yeah.
So she has like in a wall with a fountain. So
Oh, how
she
cool is
still
that?
have it.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yes.
That must mean a lot to have
Yes,
that.
yes. Can you imagine?
That's really
yes.
cool. So you just at 6, you just got this bug, and you just knew that was your calling.
You know what? I stopped painting when I was like 12 years old, and then I started painting again when I was like 27 years old.
Oh, so
it was a big gap, you know, this that I didn't paint for so long.
What was the break? What caused that break?
Because, you know, like it was more like a hobby, you know. So, and then I moved to Vegas, and then I started working in the casinos. So I was very busy working to pay my bills that I forget about my passion. So when I took the painting again, to start painting again, it's just because I need something to make me happy. So I start painting just as a hobby, you know, again. And then
just for yourself.
Yes, just for myself. But when I saw that I have on my living room 6 paintings sitting there, I said, what am I gonna do with this? You know, I wanna sell it online so I can get more money so I can paint more. So I start selling my art pieces in $200, $300, $400. So
how much did you sell your first one for?
You know what? My first painting, I sold it for $150.
Did you really?
And it was a huge painting. And this guy, he works for Cirque du Soleil. Christopher, I love you. Because this guy, he brought me a lot of luck because after that, he got a painting and then he asked me for 3 more. And I remember I brought all the paintings to his house. And he had a party with all the guys from Cirque du Soleil, in all Vegas. So everybody was like, they don't even knew who I was the artist, but I was next to the people that they were saying compliments about my art. So that feels really great. That this guy had like 7 pieces.
What did it feel like to sell your first piece?
It was like, I was nervous even to say $150. You know, I said,
crazy,
maybe
right?
they're gonna say, if he says too expensive, I'm gonna say $100. But you know what? It was very pop, very like, it was a big though, and it was nice, but it was a simple, nice piece, you know. But again, it's just that piece. It means a lot to me because it was my first piece after.
What was it? What was the picture of?
It was Audrey Hepburn. You know, the one with the long cigarette.
Yeah. I've seen. You had that. I remember seeing that at your house.
Yeah. So that piece was really nice.
And that's the black and white one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's like that classic.
The classic. Yes.
What how important is it following passion opposed to trying to make money?
You know what? If like any career, you know, like if you try to study medicine just because you want to make money or whatever, just thinking about the money, it doesn't work that way.
Why not?
What do you mean?
Why doesn't it work? I totally agree with what you're saying.
Because you know, you're thinking about making money, but first you have to do whatever the passion, you know. So if you give your heart and soul in something that you do, the money comes by itself, you know. So
100% agree.
Yeah.
Follow your passion and the money will follow.
You don't think about money, you know.
Yeah.
And doing what you love, you don't feel like you're working, you know. You're actually enjoying it, and
100%,
and you're getting paid for something that you love, you know. Like for me, like painting, I can paint when I'm mad, you know. I take my frustration out painting, or when I'm happy, or when I'm, you know, I can paint, you know, all the time, every day.
How does painting happy and angry reflect in the work you do?
You know what?
Is it different?
Actually,
is it red and like?
You know what? When I'm angry, it works actually a little bit better because I'm like faster thinking what I'm mad at and just like it's faster. But it's still the same. In the end of the day,
does it influence what you work on though?
No,
or it's just more like the way
you know what? It's a good energy, anyways. You know, because we're humans, and you know, and you are a professional and you're doing the best you can anyways. If you're mad or you're happy, So
I find if I'm upset or mad and I go to the gym and I come out, I'm back to normal. Do you find the same thing after working?
Yes,
It just kind of resets you.
Yes, because I put my and I can be mad, but when I'm painting, I put my music, I have my playlist and I paint, and then I forget about that I was mad about. I forget about what So but yeah, so.
So there's a crazy thing out there where 80% of us hate what we do for a living. Have you ever heard that?
Yes.
So 80% of us are going through life. We're just surviving. We're doing stuff that we don't want to do just to pay the bills.
Yes.
And I'm a very big believer on following your passion and do what you love to do. And by doing so, money will follow accordingly. And you're living and breathing that, which is amazing. I just want people to understand that you can do what you love to do.
Exactly.
And you can make money. But it might start off selling your first painting for $150.
Yes.
And it took you from the age of 6 through to when did you sell your first painting? 27?
28. Yeah,
28.
Yes.
So it took you 16 years.
20 years.
20
years, yes.
Before you even made any money on it.
Yes.
So.
And I don't even make any money. I just recovered what I spent in supplies. I was not. Yeah.
What as an artist, what are some of the things that you guys struggle with? Is it self-doubt, thinking your work's not good enough? Who would want to buy this? Why what type of self-doubt beliefs do you have?
In art, well, I think in any way in your life, to be the people recognize your art, so you have to be very unique. You have to have your strong personality, your own personality, I don't want that they think, oh, your art looks like that artist or this.
Generic.
Exactly. So
would you say niche?
Yes.
Like your own niche?
Yeah, yes. But I wanted to people know oh, this is Viktor, because it's hard to find artists that do the art with the dots. And I love to do a lot of black and white because remind me old Hollywood photos. And I always paint classic people and classic things like people that are not even in this world anymore because they're always gonna be classic and so
give me some examples of some classic people.
Marilyn Monroe, always one of the top sellers. She already died in 62, so 70 years ago. So she died 7 years ago and is still selling. You can paint anywhere, and it's incredible.
You do Elvis a lot,
Elvis,
right?
The Rat Pack. This piece I painted again and I sell. So there's so many pieces that it means a lot to me. And but the struggle that you mentioned before is to find your own personality in the art business.
Be true to yourself. Be true to yourself and what you actually, because you don't want to paint something you don't want to paint either.
Exactly.
Just for making, and it goes back to the passion.
Exactly.
Why are you passionate about the classics? Why are you passionate about Marilyn Monroe and Elvis and those things? Who are you to want to do that? Is that you?
You know what? Because those people, those pieces, I like to paint classic cars as well because it's endless, timeless pieces.
Is that your personality?
Yes,
though?
That's my personality.
What is it? Do you like those old school movies?
And actually now I'm trying to buy a vintage car right now. I need a car and I say, why do I need to buy a new car if I can get the year that I born?
So you're an old soul in a way.
Yes.
Okay. And that represents in your work.
Exactly. I was very attached with my grandparents, I grew up with my parents, they got a divorce. So I have to live with my grandparents. So living with them, it changed my mind completely.
Yeah, you grew up with a different generation.
Yeah, so watching black and white movies, and it changed a lot. It really has a lot to do with my personality.
That's very interesting.
Yes.
Why do you do the type of painting that you do? There's a million different ways of painting.
Yeah.
Why do you do the dots? Why do you do the...
You know what? Actually, I always work with the magazines or comic books as my backgrounds for my art pieces.
Yeah.
And one time I bought a 1925 newspapers, and then I saw the pictures that they put on back in the day. Wasn't like a high resolution printers in that time. So I saw the faces of the people was like a little dots
Oh,
all
is it
over.
really?
Yeah, so I
Gotcha.
was like, oh, that's really nice technique,
Gotcha.
like you see a million dots, but you can still who was
Yeah,
in the
yeah. It
picture,
looks like it's solid.
like Abraham Lincoln or whatever, you can see it was him just with a million dots. And I tried and I practiced. The first painting I didn't like it, go straight to the garbage, and the second one it so, and then the third one. So I have to work with like 5-6 different pieces to see what are the mistakes, what I want, and then it comes better and better, and
It just resonated with you, did it? Like you just really enjoyed that style?
Yes, I really enjoy it because again, it's super unique. It's really unique, and you can Google it. You can search it online. It's very hard to find that technique, and especially
really?
in big scale.
Is that just because of the amount of time it takes, or is that the talent, or is that a little bit of everything?
It's very time consuming. So
But I mean, art in general is time consuming, isn't it? Like any type of art.
well, now that you recently visited my gallery, I have to have a different types of art. So, but for example, pop art is like more like faster because it's more fun, it's more simple, fun but simple. But so I have different sections on my gallery that I have abstract, that I have pop art, and the ones with the higher prices are the Pointillism section because it's the one that takes me the longest.
Gotcha.
So yeah, to me like the double of the pop art or abstract pieces.
Okay.
So
that makes a lot of sense. Are you doing a lot of the like the dots and stuff on colored pictures, or
yes,
more black and white?
I started with all black and white pictures, and then once I said, you know what? Let's do the color one. So I was like nervous. Let's see what's gonna happen. Oh my god, I love it.
Is it harder?
Yeah, because
you got more variables?
When the black and white, you only need black and white acrylic. That's it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
this one, to have the color of the skin, is you need like 8 different colors of the dots on the face and the yellow hair, like 8 different colors of yellow tones, and it was harder. But it was super, like it was a challenge, for
more
me.
Rewarding.
And I love that piece, and I put it on my stair, on my one of the walls on my house, and said, "Oh my god, I want to keep it." But I said, "I cannot keep it because I have to pay my bill." so I love that piece. I really love that piece, and I brought it to the gallery, and one lady bought it, and the next day another guy, "What is the painting from here?"
He wanted it.
And he wanted it, so he paid again, and I have to make the same piece again, and we sold the same piece twice in 1 week. Yeah.
Did you really?
Yes. So it was beautiful piece.
So you mentioned something the other day which blew my mind, and you said that a big picture and a small picture takes the same amount of time.
Yes.
And me being a rookie, I would think a smaller picture would take less amount of time. So talk to me about that.
So yeah, sometimes people they ask me, "Hey, how much is this piece for this size?" Okay, $10. And then how much is half of the size? $10. Because is the canvas is not what it costs, or the stretch bars or the acrylic is the time. And if you count the dots that I will do in a small piece like that to make your face, or the big pieces will be almost the same.
You're just using different size brush.
The different sizes brush.
I found that very interesting.
So
because me being a rookie, thinking smaller should be cheaper.
No. So people say, you know what? Or sometimes, they ask me, I want a small, and how much is gonna be? So that. And then you know what? If I was you, I'll go bigger because it's gonna cost you the same. So
exactly.
Take advantage of that is getting.
So it can actually work in your favor.
Yeah, the only thing affects you is the shipping, because now the shipping fees are crazy right now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you don't want to take the risk if something happened to your package on the way to New York, let's say.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So you've got the
Pointillism.
Pointillism. Sorry, such a unique word.
Yeah.
And then what else? The type of art you're doing? You're doing the pop art?
Yeah, I do the pop art.
What is pop art?
Pop art is just like more like comics, like
bright, colorful.
like Roy Lichtenstein style, like 60s, and actually that's the style when I start. A lot of people does pop art, and you can search online. There's millions of artists that do that. So I started that, and then, but again, I was trying to find my own personality on art, So it was, to me, I was trying to do like A lot of personalities. I mean, a lot of artists like Marilyn Monroe, Elvis Presley, with everyone with glasses. And I was like, nah, you know what? It doesn't look that nice. So I was trying
Okay.
to do something unique, but it took me a while to find the right
You had to find your own
niche.
lane, didn't
Yes,
you?
yes.
Yeah.
So,
Gotcha. And then what other type of art are you doing besides the pop art? Because you got a bunch of different
yes,
stuff going.
yes, I do. I have a pop art, I have abstract, I have contemporary, I have the Pointillism line,
What's abstract and the other one you said? Sorry.
contemporary.
Yeah. What?
So
Is,
it's more like simple, you know, more like um abstract, you know, like it's like more like, yeah, simple art, but it still looks very elegant, you know, with lines, shades, or colors fading, you know. It's more something like more romantic, and it's very classy. I really like abstract art. I think looks very expensive in your house, you know. It looks very nice.
gives a nice like perception.
Yes.
Okay.
But you know what is funny, that even when I have an abstract collection, or I have a pop art or points, so all the art, it has my touch, you know, like color, or I use a lot of diamond dust. You know, I
Yeah,
put,
yeah.
even with my abstract collection, I put diamond dust. It looks
So,
very fun.
I know what diamond dust is. What is diamond dust for the
Well,
audience?
diamond dust is just like a tiny pieces of crushed glass, you know. So people, they think it's dangerous. The worst thing can happen to you is just gonna scratch your finger.
It gives it
but-
like a reflective
yes,
crystal looking.
yes.
Like,
So when people say, "Oh, I like has glitter on it," oh my god, when they say glitter, I think they do with a hammer in my hand. So it's just, you say, no, it's not glitter. It's actually diamond dust. So
who inspires you? Who do you look up to? Have you got not necessarily a mentor, but have you got people who motivate you, who inspire you? As far as
you know, well, the father of modern art to me is Andy Warhol. You know, who doesn't love Andy Warhol? This guy was wild. Everybody knows his art. Everybody knows who he was. You know, he's selling his art pieces in Serendipity in New York for like $18. Can you imagine $18? Now I saw one of his art pieces $5 million. You know, on one gallery in New York. So it's just that people that inspire you and motivates you, and this guy is like one of my top of artists, you know.
do you have any mentors? Anybody you can reach out to, contact, ask questions?
No,
You just kind of figuring this out on
yes,
on your
messing
own?
out, yeah, making mistakes. And then when I started working with diamond dust, it was so hard because I had a beautiful painting, and then I put the diamond dust and it doesn't look
Did you
right. Then, oh my
did you
god, it took
really?
me 30 hours. So I have to.
Oh my
I have
god!
to give him my way to my friends, you know. Oh, well, come on, it's nice. No, I cannot sell it, you
Oh
know.
my God.
I know I wasn't
Does
happy
that
with.
crush you?
Yeah, of course, because I have to make a lot of art pieces to understand the way to apply the diamond dust. And again, you have to.
So 30 hours, and then you sprinkle it too
So
heavy.
you know, it's you can go to school, but nothing is gonna help you more than practice it for whatever you do, you know. So
Talk to me about some of your mistakes over the time and your failures and your lessons you've learned. Like putting on too much dust.
yes, too much dust or too much the glue where I used to put the diamond dust, or you know, when you work with resin, you know, resin is that thick varnish that you put very gloss on top of your paintings. If you the first time I used that resin varnish, I didn't mix it well. I didn't know how you have to mix it, and mix it for like 10 minutes. So I poured it on top of my painting, and it was like a stains of yellow, and wow, come. So again, you know, you learn
So
from
you countless times you've
Yes.
spent 15 to 30 hours doing
Yes,
these, and you've
yes,
destroyed
yeah.
her.
And
Wow.
and you just,
How does that feel?
but you know, that's life. You know, that's life. You learn
I
from
mean,
your
you get that with any business.
yeah, but you know, I messed up one painting, but after
That's-
that, I had 200 pieces done it by the right way. You know, because I learned from that. So
That's as a videographer, I've learned to save every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, because I've lost videos that I'm 10, 20, 30 hours deep in just by the computer crashing or something going wrong. And I mean, it's just part of it, but I couldn't imagine spending 30 hours on precision painting
Yes,
something
yes.
and then you destroying it yourself.
Yes.
Not even somebody else.
Yeah, but you know what? Again, it's just part of that, you know, and you learn, but you know, it's just
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What's some things you would have done differently if you would have kind of done your path again? Would you have done different types of paintings? Would you have moved to Vegas earlier? Would you, or you like the journey you've been on?
There is nothing that I have no regrets. You know, I think everything happens for a reason at a certain time, and I have no regrets or nothing will change differently.
Okay.
Yes, I learned from every mistake, so that's why I think I'm here. You know, having, starting selling my first pieces for $150, and now owning my own gallery. You know,
That's amazing.
It's
right?
just like a big step, but it seems easy, but it's a lot of effort behind that. You know, it's working extra shifts, painting, and then working. I used to work in the restaurants and the casinos, so I come back home so tired, and then I have a custom piece that I have to do, but I know I have to save money because I have in my mind that I have to open my own gallery. So, it's just like...
That's interesting.
So you have to... Nothing is easy in this life. If you really want something, you have to fight for it,
I like that. You got to fight for it.
Yes.
I love that. If you there's an inspiring artist out there and they're watching this, what do you tell an upcoming artist?
That find their own personality, get their own art style, don't copy nobody, You can get inspired, for different artists, but, there's a lot of artists that they try to copy out. So that I think that is gonna be hard to succeed when people say, "Oh, your art looks like this guy," or
Gotcha.
It's just
chances are they're gonna probably
exactly.
better.
There's not gonna, because the people, they're gonna get confused if it's you or it's him, or So it's very nice. There's a lady that she does painting. Well, she don't use it. She don't even use painting. She just does denim, jeans.
Yeah.
And she does faces with all the type of colors.
Really?
And she creates faces in the shells, and it looks amazing. But again, if you see the art piece of hers, you can tell right away it's her.
Gotcha. Yeah. I guess I think my photography is like that. I think it's got a certain style that someone knows that that's me pretty quickly.
Yes. And I worked with you before for a video that you did for me. And you have a really artistic eye, and I really love it. And it comes so nice. And you have artistic eye as well.
Yeah, I think it's that self-awareness, right?
Yes.
I can't draw or paint or sketch.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to be creative, but
Yes.
I guess behind the camera is my creative side. And that's what resonated with me, and that's what kind of came a little bit more naturally.
You know what?
I love what you do.
Yeah. You know what? If you're doing what you love, and then that's why you brings the food to the table, that's a blessing. That's
what more can you ask for, right?
Exactly. Because again, you can work for any job. I hate my job. I work tomorrow, and of course, because
and then you can talk about scale. Hey, do I love what I do and I'll make $50,000 a year, or do I love what I do and I want to make $500,000 a year? That's up to you.
Yes.
And that comes down to the grind and how hard you push.
Yes.
Do I want to sell artwork out of my house, or do I want to create a gallery, or do I want to have 10 galleries?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's kind of a personal journey,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
But I think the most important thing is finding what you love to do and then figuring out a way to get paid to do it.
Yes.
Which you and I are both doing.
But you know what? In everything you do, what I think is the key is that whatever you do, you have to have a talent for do something and ambitious on the same time. Because you think, oh, he's a doctor, oh, he's a millionaire, he has $1 million home or whatever. But if you don't have the ambitions to have your own office or your own, so it has to be linked, because you can have the, I know people that he has the talent to paint, and I say, oh my God, why you don't have like your own gallery or selling for higher price? You have to believe in yourself, and I think that's the key, that you have to have more security in yourself, like more confidence.
Have you always had that confidence, or is that something you built over time, or is that something that came from friends and family?
No, you know what? You cannot start doing something today and pretend people is gonna pay you thousands and thousands of dollars that something you started yesterday. So you have to create the reputation little by little. You sell something for $10 today, $20 next year $30.
building
So
your
you're building,
confidence.
yeah, but
Okay.
obviously the people, they're not stupid either. You know, you have to, they expect quality. If they're paying that much money for something, they expect the best from you. And, you know,
Are the people who have been closest to you always been supportive with what you do? Or have people told you, oh, you could never be an artist, you could never sell your work?
no, actually, I always, I should have my ego bigger because I always get, oh my God, you're so talented. Oh my God, you're this.
so
Oh
you're
my
fan.
God. But it's just, I don't believe in that. You know, I always try to have my feet in the ground, you know.
Ego,
because,
like grounded, ego
yeah,
checks.
because
you're quite a humble guy.
He's a better artist than me, or, you know, is more famous artist than me. But again, you know, your art is your personality. You put your heart and soul in it, and people can see that. And the art that I do, you know, I'm in such a beautiful houses and homes, and when I go to their houses to hang the art, I see the beautiful piano and beautiful living room and beautiful kitchen. So they want the best for their houses, and they want my art. To me, their expectations is like, wow. So they getting my art because for them they think is the best, like their couches or their piano, you know.
Yeah, you mentioned,
to me,
you mentioned a $70,000 piano with your artwork hanging above it.
Exactly. So it has to match.
That's gonna be a good
you know,
feeling,
like,
right?
Exactly. You know, for me, that's, you know what, I can spend the few hundreds tomorrow, but the pleasure to be in the homes forever, because, you know, when you have a beautiful painting, again, timeless paintings, you're gonna keep them forever. And being in that home for years and years, to me, something that I cannot pay for.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yes.
And you also mentioned, like, what was a $16 million mansion here in town?
Yes,
with your artwork hung in that. That's gonna be good, because that guy or girl could obviously afford any type of artwork.
Yes.
And they chose yours.
Yes.
That's gonna be pretty.
Talking about this guy, we have another project with him soon, so hopefully.
That's got to be a cool feeling, though, knowing that your artwork is above a $70,000 piano and this multi-million-dollar house.
And you know, this guy, he built houses, he furnished it, and he designed it, and he sell them. So, you know, having my art is something that he thinks it will motivate people to buy
a house.
And the pieces he got, they're really nice, they're really cool, they're fun.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
What is your favorite piece you've done? You gotta have something that really stands out, do you?
Yes. Well, one of my favorite pieces is actually the Rat Pack.
Is it?
Yeah, you know, the picture with this Davis Jr., Dean Martin, and Frank Sinatra.
The black and white one, right?
Yes. Because that three guys sitting together laughing with the whiskey, with the cigar, and it's very Vegas. It's very old Vegas. And, you know, my heart and soul is here in Vegas. So to me, that piece represents who I am, you know. So this city receiving me with open arms.
I like
you know?
that. Have you got anything else that you really like that stands out to you?
What else? Let me think. You know what? Every piece means something for. Again, some pieces that I just, I'm gonna paint this that I have on my hand, this idea, I'm gonna paint it. And then people love that piece and they ask me for the same piece over. And now I just finish one and then I have to do a second one with the eyes closed because I already did this piece so many times. There is a piece that I have as a Brigitte Bardot, you know, the French actress, singer.
Yeah.
And she's still alive. And this lady back in the day, she's beautiful still. She's like 90 years old. And this is a piece of hers that is like a cigar in her mouth, and then the hair is like a flying on her face. And that piece, you know, is so time consuming because all the hair that you have to put on the face, and, you know, it's just interesting piece. But again, people, you know,
does it suck the fun out of it doing it over and over?
No, because it's gonna be for, you know, people.
Or is it knowing how happy it's going to make someone at the end?
Yes.
Outweighs,
and again, being excited of how beautiful it's going to look and their house they're going to be. You know, to me, I'm just excited about them, you know. And every piece that I do I put the same love into it.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
that's awesome.
Yes.
Talk to me about the difference between an artist and running an art gallery. How's that going? Two different animals, right?
Yes, two different. Yeah,
how's that
because
been for you?
I used to sell my art and few different galleries before,
Other people's galleries, right?
other people
Yeah.
galleries, and then
Where you just gave the work over and you didn't have to worry about anything.
yes, so they
So you're
handle
just
everything.
you're just an artist.
Yes, and then sometimes they call me, hey, we have a client that's offering that much money, but now I'm thinking, you know what, minus your commission, minus what we pay, so my party comes so low. You know?
Your profit. Yeah.
Yes, and you lose the sale, but you're not making the money because if you sell on my own client, you know, I can sell it at the full price, and it's hard, you know, because it's a lot of people involved. That's why the prices in the galleries. You can open a gallery and you can hire you can get a lot of artists, but again, the prices are so high because you have to pay the artist, you have to get your commission, you have to pay the seller, you know, the sales associate, and your rent and so it's just a lot of money in different ways, you know.
So doing it yourself, you're able to sell it cheaper.
So for example, now that I have my own gallery, I'm the owner and I'm the artist. So I don't have to pay commission to nobody. I don't have to pay, you know, so I can negotiate better with the price. So that's why my prices, they're like more...
so your prices are lower now than what they used to be in the
because
galleries.
I don't have to call nobody like, hey, what is the lowest you can, because I know I can negotiate with my clients, and if they get more than one. So yeah, that's a big difference when you work straight with your client. What's
the hardest thing doing having your own gallery opposed to just giving your artwork to someone else to sell?
You know what? Actually, I like it better having my own gallery because you can explain directly to the clients face to face. You know, this is how I do it. This is what it means to me.
Plus your passion,
because nobody's gonna tell the story more than the artist. Than the artist. So people.
Do you feel like that helps sell more work because the passion that you're showing?
Well, people get excited to meet the artist in person. You know, you can go to any artist. Oh, I like this one.
You're right. It's very rare.
It's gonna cold feeling like if you go to buy any art piece at any gallery. Oh, this is the piece. Blah blah blah. This is $5,000. Okay, thank you. But you know, it's like something.
The artist is back in Australia.
It's in another state.
The other end of the world.
So you don't get that feeling or that treatment that I would like to have if I purchase something. That like an art piece or something. You know?
Okay, gotcha. And then where you got the gallery, where are you going from here? Like, what is the goal? It seems like one of your biggest struggles is keeping enough artwork in your gallery.
Yes.
Talk to me about that struggle.
I was
because you're spending 15 to 30 hours making one piece.
Yes.
Then someone just comes in and snaps it up.
Yeah, you know,
which is great.
Yes, with this, you know, to me, it's so hard to find like decent spots to open a art gallery, and to me, it took me almost like a year, you know, to find the right spot. And I was like hopeless, you know, like so long, you know, I was like, you know what, never mind. I'm gonna take a break to be hunting a place for like 5 months. But I got an email. Oh, you know what, you've been approved. So, oh my God, I only have like 15 pieces. I need like 30 to fill it up just the front. So I have to pay more. I have to ask for my clients to borrow me one of their paintings so I can fill it out. So I paint more when I open the gallery. So I give the paintings back.
Yeah.
And then we sold some few pieces, and I have no pieces to replace it. So now whatever I have on the showroom, I have nothing to replace. I have custom orders right now. And
it's a weird problem to have.
It's a beautiful problem to have.
A beautiful problem. You're there to sell artwork, but you don't have spares because you haven't got enough time to replace the spares.
Yes.
That's
and then in the gallery that I just opened, I have a big storage. You saw the big storage.
Yeah.
That I want to do that big storage into a second showroom. But again, I need at least 30 pieces to fill the back.
To fill the back, dude.
Just to fill the back.
So you're going to need 60, 70 pieces for the...
Well, now I have like 30 in the front, so I need like 30 more on the back.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. You need at least 60.
Counting that I'm not selling nothing in the next... just hopefully it doesn't go that way. But
the same thing you want to sell too.
Yeah, so... So yeah, so it will be fun. It will be nice, you know.
That's interesting.
More art pieces, more selection. So
Do you have a lot of artistic friends?
yes, I
You
have
do?
a friends that
Where do you kind of come across those people?
you know what on social media, and it's nice because you know it's like, hey, do you know where I can get this acrylic brand or whatever?
Okay, so you guys can kind of help each
so
other.
we ask questions to each other. Or,
Okay.
oh, what about hey, how you doing with that gallery? Because I'm trying to bring my art there, you know.
Gotcha.
So we have like communicate and you know. All the art, you know, my art is very different than them, and doesn't mean mine is better than them or them.
No.
It's just we're all different.
Would you say artists are supportive of one another?
Yes, we should, you know, we should like any industry.
Do you find that though, that everyone's pretty supportive and gets behind each other?
Yes.
For the most part?
Yes.
Yeah, that's nice. And is that just because it's such a rare hustle? I mean, such a unique hustle, right? That what you guys do.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's all so different, and I feel like community is everything.
Yes.
So would you say the artist community is pretty good and pretty supportive?
Yes. Is supportive. Yes.
Do you ever get young people asking you questions, reaching out to you?
You know
for
what?
guidance?
That's really. I'm glad you asked me about that because I have in the gallery. You have no idea how many teenagers walk into the gallery and they just like staring on all the art pieces. You know, even if they don't buy anything, but to me, they bring their attentions to spend 10, 15 minutes in the gallery.
You're inspiring people.
Yes. So I was like that when I was their age, you know. And to me, I love when they do that. If you have any questions, please let me know. And yeah. So
do you ever volunteer time or help out youth or teach classes or anything like that?
I try to do that, and I try to, but now honestly I have no time. You know.
Yeah, I know you don't now.
Yeah, and I have.
Is that something you like to do more of?
Yeah, you know what I would like to do in the future? I would like to have classes for kids, you know, to have
What
like
age
a big
kids?
table and like maybe like 12 kids like from 5 to 10 years old.
Gotcha.
And I will, but again, it's just like, to me, it's just so hard for me right now.
You need like 10, you need 10 of you right now, don't
Yes,
you?
yes.
10 people in the back.
And again, it's, you know, like if you open a restaurant, you hire cooks or whatever. But for me, you know,
You've got such a unique skill set
Yes,
that only
yeah.
you can do.
Yes. So
Which is amazing, but also it could be detrimental too.
yes.
So yeah. Anything else you want to kind of touch on, share with me? Anything I might have like mentioned, thought about? So I mean, you've been an artist your whole life, slowly evolved, created your own style. You built up to a gallery. You're doing what you love.
Yes.
You're struggling not being able to make enough pieces because
Yes,
you're
yes.
selling too many, which
Yeah.
I like what you said. It's a beautiful problem to have.
Yes.
What is the future? Where do you want to be? You just want a successful gallery? You want to have multiple galleries? Where do you want to go from here?
You know what? For now, I want to focus. You know, I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Now I want to focus to stay. You know, focus in this gallery, have more art selection. I've been working with few interior designers. You know, and I again, I cannot, like, for the moment, I cannot do more than I'm doing so far.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I would like to have a bigger gallery, you know, with like with a lot of art pieces, and I want to do sculptures as well.
Oh, really?
And yeah.
Okay.
So, but again, it's just I have a lot of ideas on my head, but I just step by step, you know.
Step by step.
Yes. Yeah.
The last question: is there a goal you want to get to? How much you can sell a painting for? Or are you just seeing how it goes? Or do you like, hey, one day I would like to sell something for X amount of money?
That's a tough question.
Have you ever thought about that? Or are you just kind of going with the flow?
You know what? Again, like as I said before, you know, you start with $10, then 20, then 30. So you don't ever know when you're gonna stop.
There's probably no ceiling though, is there?
Yeah, like for example, I don't know if you're familiar with this painter Botero. He paints the fat people, you know, fat cats, you know, and this guy, you know, in order your pieces cost a fortune is when you die. But this guy, he's still alive, and his paintings are in the same price range and the people they already die, you know. So can you imagine when he dies, his price is gonna be like even more than Andy Warhol, or it's just like. But yeah, you know what? Fuck about the. I don't even. Yeah, I don't even know how.
You're just enjoying.
Yes.
You're enjoying the process.
Yes.
Yeah, I love
yes,
that.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Pleasure. That was
you.
very nice to get some background on you, and yeah, good luck, man.
Thank you so
I feel
much.
like you're gonna do really well.
Thank you for.